Hey everybody, Jason here. Technically this will be part 3 of the BioHome Ultimate Media test. This should be part 2. Part 2 was setting up the quarantine tank. That was not how I wanted to do it, but technically that was part 2. Okay, so technically this is part 3. If you watched my video on how I made my sump, the sump worked great other than the water was overflowing in the first channel. I went ahead and glued on an extra piece of acrylic back here where the water comes in and flows this way, so got an extra 3/4 of an inch here, so it should not be overflowing. I also ground down the area where the water flows through. The surface of the water was not flowing through very well. It was flowing underneath, and there was like protein and gunk buildup. So I went ahead and ground this down so there'll be the water will flow much easier. And then I just glued on this brace so the sides won't bow out. Also, I'm going to be putting in a bubble wand for my air pump. I'm going to be putting it in the media chamber. It'll be oxygenating the water and oxygenating the bacteria on the media. I'll be adding a few bio balls in there to get it started, and that'll be about it. I don't recommend. I'm going to be putting in brand new media. I do not recommend doing this unless you know what you're doing. The media that I already have in my pump is there's just a little bit of lava rock in there. This tank is established. I don't think there'll be that much of a problem. I don't think my tank is going to crash or the water is going to freak out. I set up this quarantine tank. I just set it up in one day, threw the fish in there with the bio media, the ultimate media, and it's fine. I tested it about 2 or 3 times. Everything is fine, just a slight little bit of ammonia. That's normal in a new fish tank. So I don't even think I'm going to get that in this tank. I think everything will stay the way it is. Again, I don't recommend this. You're not supposed to do it this way, but I have faith in this media that I can completely just switch it out. I mean, it worked on the quarantine tank. Why wouldn't it work on the other one? And this tank is bigger and more established, so I think it'll be okay. And also, I don't want to use anything in there that may have ick on it. I spent the last week and a half trying to get rid of my ick, and I really don't even want to use any of the material that's in there. I want to try to get the ick completely out of my tank, so I'm restarting my filter from scratch. Again, I don't recommend this unless you know what you're doing. So let's get started. First thing I'm going to do is put in the bubble wand and get my heater in there and get this going. All right, I just poured a little bit of water in there from my tank, just so the suction cup stuff will stick a little bit better. And I think I'm going to cut that just a little bit. I don't need this too long. Probably cut it about there. And yes, with these you can cut. You just take off the end and you can cut it to the size you want. This entire wand, this entire stick is porous, so bubbles will come out everywhere. And I need to disconnect the bubbler from my tank. Here's my hose. You definitely want to hook this up before you stick it in here. In this style anyway, because this is going to be quite difficult to install it, the hose afterwards. Well, that's got a nice suction. That's going to stay down there. Alright, let me see if I can get my heater in there. Gotta get the heater out of the other tank. Alright, I'm going to install my heater. I will be putting the thermostat in here also, but I don't need to do that just yet. I'm going to wait till it fills up with water. Probably try to get that in the middle the best I can. Alright, that should be good. Need to get my other filter out of there and disassemble it. Alright, what I'm going to do now is make the filter floss combined with the carbon to put in my sump. And what I'm going to do is pretty much kind of roll this up like a burrito. So I got my filter floss. I'm going to take my carbon and I'm going to make kind of a long tube shape, about like that. That'll be good enough for now. Don't need too much of it. And then what I'm going to do is literally kind of roll this up, because this is going to go in the first chamber where it was overflowing. So I'm just going to kind of roll this up like a burrito, just like that, and I'm going to just stick that down in, and that will work perfect. I'm going to rinse it off in the water real quick, get some of the excess dust out, and go put it in. Burrito here, and just stick that in there. Push that out there. That should work. And I'll kind of hold it right there. Once I get the water going, there'll probably be a little bit of carbon that'll come out, but it'll be okay. All right, now I got to get the biomedia in there. Okay, I've already put a couple of media in here. I'm gonna try to put these in here strategically, actually, because I want to put as much as I can. I don't want to just dump them in here. All right, I got that all. It's all set up. Okay, I got it all set up. That actually filled it up really nice. I was gonna break them up, but this will be fine. This will work. Got the heater in there. The air wand is underneath. It'll send a ton of bubbles up there. May have to rearrange these a little bit, but I'll get it going. So that's ready to go. We'll hook it up. There it goes. And it's working. Something is weird though. Why? The water level's not as high. That's weird. It makes no sense. Huh. I had to actually take all the media out and break them all in half. Make it a little bit smaller. I needed to actually hinder the water flow a little bit so the water would flow over those areas where I ground down so the surface would flow. And now it's working. I can actually see the little particles flowing through the top of the water, so that's working. My little filter right here, whoops, big old sponge of carbon and filter floss. That's going to be a very good filter, and it's working. Got the BioHome Ultimate Media in there. I put 4 bio balls in there. I think they're at the bottom, and so I'll check my water tomorrow. We'll see whether I totally screwed this up or not. I don't think I did. I think it'll be fine. It's working. I don't know if you can see the heater in there. Got the thermostat. Thermometer back in there. Not thermostat, thermometer. Alright, everything's hooked back up. The modifications to the sump worked very, very well. The water's not spilling over. And it's working. Perfect. Okay, so I'm gonna have next video. I'm still trying to do this is get my driftwood into here. I'll probably wait a while for that, but and I'll show you how to do that. The driftwood's been soaking for a couple weeks. It's ready to go in, but I want to do a video on it first for those who haven't done it before. Thanks for watching, guys. This is part 3 BioHome Ultimate Media test. There it is, up in the sump and running. Love this sump. Get an overview. You can see the heater in there. It's working fantastic. So I will do a video update here in a few days, maybe a week, not sure. Test my water, see how it's doing. I've completely changed over my media. You are not supposed to do that. I do not recommend it. However, in my case, I think this is going to work okay. But we'll go from there. And pretty soon I want to get these rams in there. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.